Hey everyone, I'm Almar of almarsguides.com, and in this video here I'm going to be talking about the Empire Citizen game mode in Kenshi, and I'm going to be giving you a walkthrough for it. So this is going to be part 1 of probably 3 for this walkthrough. And basically what I plan to do is cover the first part of Empire Citizen up until I can merge it with my primary walkthrough for Kenshi, which is something that I've been working on and will be out shortly after this video, actually, within like 2 weeks, I would say. So if you're watching this video at 2 weeks after its release date, it's all already out, and you can find it all on almarsguides.com. So, as with pretty much every game mode in Kenshi, one of the first things you're going to be starting out with doing is making a lot of money to buy food and buy companions. Those, really, no matter what game mode you choose in Kenshi, that's always going to end up being like your main start rotation. Food, companions, and making money. So, with the Empire Citizen game mode, you start out in the town of Shobatai, which is where you see me at right now. There are no buildings for you to buy in Shobatai, but it does come with these 2 copper deposits on the northern end of the town. Let me show you where they are on the map, right here. So these 2 copper deposits are some of the best copper deposits to mine during the early game in Kenshi. And the main reason for that is the close proximity to the town. You can always just run back to the town if enemies start attacking you. And also, you're right next to the town, so any enemies that go into the town get killed by the guards, you can loot. Also, the enemies that are out here are skimmers. And any skimmers that end up attacking your group can also attack other enemy groups. And here's a skimmer actually over here. So this skimmer could take out a group of manhunters, and then you can loot the manhunters and sell their armor. If you're really, really lucky, these skimmers can also take out like trader caravans, either from the Western Hive or the Traders Guild, and then you can steal the loot and sell the loot. Also, occasionally while mining the copper here, or just plain period when playing as an Empire Citizen, you're probably going to be captured and sold into slavery at some point. It is illegal in the United Cities to be poor and to be hungry. So if you basically at the start of the game, when you're both poor and hungry very often, you're most likely going to be captured and sold into slavery. And that is what you're looking at for my main character right here, Almar. Also, Izumi is also in slavery, but she's kind of like broken right now, as you can see, because she's currently being carried around. So there's a few things you can do when put into slavery. One of the main things is level your lockpicking skill like this, because there's always going to be things you can do with lockpicking. Like actually right now is a perfect example. What I'm going to do is we're going to bust on out of my prison right here. We're going to put our shackles, well actually let's keep our shackles on because we want to look like a slave. So, okay, escape, there we go. So let's look at the second floor. The second floor has some goodies on it that I would like to steal. Specifically, I've been in this secure wooden chest, and it has a few items into it, but I want to break into this safe right here, which I have a very, very low lockpicking chance to get into. There's a few other things around here, too. Like, actually, let's take a look at this weapon stand and see what's on it. So this weapon stand is something that I could actually steal from if I wanted to break out of prison right now, which I don't want to do. I need as you can see, I already have some stuff in my backpack. They actually don't steal items out of your backpack, so I'd recommend keeping food in there. I'd also recommend keeping any weapons or gear you find in there. Like, I'm going to equip all of this gear before I do my prison break, because it's going to increase my odds of getting out of here alive, because I'll look like somebody else. I won't look like a prisoner, I will look like something else. As we can see, they caught me, and one hit knocked me unconscious, which is fine. Now, that playing dead that you just seen me do there, that is actually an important thing, because you can stand back up immediately after and raise your toughness when you're playing dead, and that's one of the best ways in this game to actually raise your toughness. You just keep standing up when you're playing dead. Right now is one of the bugs that can happen when you are being kidnapped or when you're in slavery. Guards knocked me unconscious, but they actually aren't saving me right now. This is also what happened with Izumi. I got knocked unconscious, but nobody really saved me. They just kidnapped me like this and carried me around. So Almar actually just, somebody else is in his cave. Now they're saving me. Almar woke up and he went back to his cage because that's what good slaves do. But my cage is taken, so I'm kind of, in limbo right now as far as slavery is concerned. So I'm going to actually run over here. My leg's pretty injured. I'm going to show you some of the skills you can raise while in slavery, which is some of the good main things you want to do while in slavery. You can always lockpick your cage. That's something you can easily do while in slavery. Raising sneak is a very, very good idea when you're in slavery because you're going to need sneak, well, aka stealth, in order to get out. You can also raise assassination when you are in slavery. You can assassinate other prisoners in cages. You can assassinate guards. You'll usually get like 5 to 10 skill ups if you try to assassinate a guard because your chance is 0% of successfully doing it. But this is going to be one of your main gameplay loops, aside from mining. Because occasionally when your characters get knocked unconscious while mining, either you're not paying close attention to them or you just get unlucky, whatever it may be, there's a chance that slaves are going to come by, kidnap you, and basically bring you to this stone camp. And you're just basically going to be their bitch for a little while, and you're going to have to deal with it. When you are a slave, you can actually allow yourself to just run around and mine these stones, and also basically do a whole bunch of laboring tasks. This will actually raise your labor skill. As you see, my labor skill is 61. What is Izumi doing out here? Oh, never mind. She's upstairs. I thought she came running outside to Almar. I was confused. Almost 50 stealth. As far as breaking out, what we want to wait for is nighttime like this because this is when our stealth is the best. And we also want to preferably wait until the guards are distracted. It depends on what our breakout plan is. We can break out a bunch of prisoners and basically make a big prison escape, and they will create a diversion for us. We can wait until a pack of skimmers attack the guards, and then we can use that as a diversion. My stealth stopped going up. Let's see. Are there any guards we can take out? These are guards that are pretty easy to raise it on. So we can go up here and stealth KO. So assassination you'll see here. It's at 34, 36. So it went up 2 points, which isn't too bad. And as you can see, it bugged out. So I was able to double stealth KO him. There's a slave over here, another slave over there. So that'll raise our assassination. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you raising our toughness now because I'm going to basically get myself caught. Clock. This is funny. I'm able to just basically stealth KO everybody. There we go. And finally, Almar got knocked unconscious. So every single time you get knocked unconscious, that'll actually, my assassination skill is 40. That's pretty impressive. Every single time you get knocked unconscious, that is going to raise your toughness. Every single time you get attacked by these enemies too, it's going to raise your toughness. So slavery is a good way to raise your toughness. It's also a very, very, very good way to raise strength if you have an encumbered inventory, athletics if you don't, and laboring when you're just, running around doing all of the medial tasks that they give you. So that is the main basic rotation that is probably going to take you the first 30 to 50 days while playing out here as an Empire citizen. Now there's one more thing that you can throw into that rotation, and this is, and that's this. So where I am right now is the town of Black Scratch. You can see we are all the way down here in the Outlands. So Shobatai is up here. and I am in Black Scratch, which is, you know, half a world away, basically, down here. Now, what's good about Black Scratch is this is Reaver territory. And if you've not played the game before, or you're unfamiliar with this territory, Reavers are a high-level faction in this game. And they're one of the more deadly factions in this game. So what we are essentially doing down here is we're going to hunt Reavers. And we will find Reavers, pull them back to the town. Here's a pack of Reavers. We'll find Reavers, pull them back to the town, let them all die. As you can see, I got a lot of Reavers after me now. Like 2 packs of Reavers. I might need to go slow to allow them to catch up. It's fine if I do, though. It's actually pretty important I don't let Tamaru get hit, because he's a little bit squishy. So I gotta watch out for bow people with bows. So we're pretty close to the Tech Hunter Citadel right now. And as you can see, the Tech Hunters at the gate are already starting to shoot at the Reavers. So there you go. These Reavers are getting killed. Even if these Reavers don't get killed, they still have goodies. So there's one. Let's run in here and sell real fast. You can really sell at any shop here. Doesn't really matter. I try not to sell at the Great Library so I don't overstock the building. Grass Pirate. Let me see what you have on you. Usually grass pirates don't have as good of stuff. No, not really. Med pack, that's about it. As you can see, though, there's a lot of combat going on out here. And a lot of people are falling unconscious. There's another Reaver blooded on this hillside. So we're going to loot him. The Reavers with the crossbows are going to be the ones that give you the most stuff. So that's who we're looking for most of all. Not the Reavers we want. None of them turned out to be the Reavers we want, and that's okay, I guess. We'll sell what we got, which is still something, and then we'll go back out for another rotation. While Tamaru's running into that shop, though, I am going to offload the mines. The longer you stay online on a single save file, the less you'll be attacked. I haven't been attacked here in a few days by skimmers. Usually skimmer attacks are a bit more frequent than that. If you want mobs to respawn because you've ended up killing a lot of them, one thing you can do is just reload your save file, log out, log back in of the game, pretty much. And that will usually cause a lot of enemies to respawn in this game. So now we have to look for more of the Reaver corpses. Here's one. We have to be we have to be careful too. See, when I clicked on this grass pirate, it says playing dead. If I interacted with that corpse, then he's going to pop up like this. Well, hold on, let me see. I have a stealing chance 1%. So if I do that, see, he's going to catch me stealing and then come at me. He's going to wake up and then come at me. That would be a big issue as far as Reavers go, because Reavers have very, very high stats, and if one stands up and hits you, it's going to be a bit painful. One thing that you can do too is these Reaver slaves. Technically, you could save these guys from slavery, pick their shackles, and then set them free. You also probably have to heal them since they're probably bleeding out. But if you do that, there's a pretty good chance they'll join you. So that's an easy and free way to get companions early on if you were interested. So watch. Let me see if we can... I'll put him down when I get into town or when he wakes up. Recovery coma. Unfortunate. So he probably won't join me because usually when they go into recovery coma, they just basically forget who saved them. In my experience, at least. Maybe he will, though. If we see a Reaver slave join my team before the end of the video, then guess he joined me. Alright, so that was about 4K cats. And, not too bad, not too much. The copper is probably a little bit better, but only a little bit. Reavers are pretty high-level enemies, so they drop pretty good gear. I'm actually going to go out for another run right here. And this is kind of like the high-risk, high-reward way of doing this playthrough. This game mode, if you will. Only 208 cats. It's better than nothing. Martial arts, only 37 cats. Is that a... Nope, that's a grass pirate. Grass pirates don't have as good of gear as the Reavers, so I really, really, really want Reaver bodies, not grass pirate bodies. But if I have to do a grass pirate, then I'll do a grass pirate. And there's 2 grass pirates there, actually. 170 for that, 200 for that. Not too bad, I guess. 600 for that. 200 for that. And is that a, that's a grass pirate. Are there any Reavers in the area? I do not think so. Okay. So we run back into town and say, ooh, Straw Lieutenant, what is that? Do you have some good gear? Nope. He's got like the crappiest crap on him out of everybody, and he's called a lieutenant. I could use a bigger backpack on tomorrow, though. That would allow me to carry more crap. So that's an upgrade I could do. Lots of food for sale here. Very, very, very good price markup on the skeleton repair kits too, which is probably something else I'm going to do. I'm probably going to take those skeleton repair kits and sell them in another town. Probably like Shobatai or something like that. I guarantee you I can get a better price for those skeleton repair kits in Shobatai. Let me see if I can find some for sale in Shobatai real fast. I know I have somebody sitting around in town, don't I? Huh. I don't. Well, now I will. Let us see. Adventuring. No, this guy will sell the skeleton repair kits. So let us see. Show me what you have. 91%. So only a very slight price markup for skeleton repair kits in this town. I would probably have better luck checking either Stoat or Heft or Hang even for their prices on traders repair or skeleton repair kits. Also, let me show you this trick. This is a pretty well-known trick, but good nonetheless. I'm just getting some weight on my characters. There's a lot of stuff for sale in Shobutai. It's got a good stock on meats and stuff like that. Also, one thing, if you keep getting ambushed out by the mines, and you're starting to find it a bit annoying, one thing you can do is hire a band of mercenaries to protect you, and then go out and actually mine. The mercenaries will do a very, very, very good job of protecting you. And basically all skimmers will just become food fodder for you. $157. I guess I'll buy it. I want the weight. Something else I can do for weight. I had a character that died up here forever ago. So we're going to take his stuff. I sold him. I managed to sell him into slavery right before he died. Only got 400 cats though, and I paid 600 for him. So what you see, where you see Sablet right now, if you put your character in there, right there in Shobutai, and then you shift, right-click this mine, aka use command, and shift assigns a task, like you'll see I just assigned him operating machine small copper resource. If I send him to this copper resource over here, what he will essentially do is he'll run back and forth in town like this. Almost indefinitely, too. Because the pathing is very weird and he can't get to this copper resource. So that ends up with him just basically getting stuck running back and forth. And it is a very, very, very good way to raise athletics and strength. And I'm surprised that Skinner walked right by me. This other Skinner's approaching too. Okay, he's making a beeline for my characters. So Arwick is going to get obliterated by that Skinner. That is what happens when Skinners come and mess with your characters. As long as you have somebody to save them, it's not that big of a deal. Sometimes you'll lose a limb, and that is somewhat big of a deal because it costs a decent amount of money in order to buy a new limb. But let me show you the power of this copper mine trick. So you can see I have both of these characters basically doing nothing and benefiting from that copper mine trick. They're just running back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And I'm going to add L's into the mix, since he's carrying Arwick, who is injured. And now they'll all do it. Izumi still has the same problem where she's being carried by this person. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit sneak on Almar, which will trigger... There we go. That's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Hitting sneak on Almar basically triggered this. And caused this guy to put down Izumi. And now there's a fight, basically. Almar just got knocked unconscious, which is good. Because toughness. Izumi's still wearing her full set of armor because the slavers never took off the armor. More toughness. I basically want both of them to get knocked out, and this time I want them to put Izumi in an actual cage, because this is how I'm going to get the toughness. Wow, she actually knocked somebody out. It would be really, really nice if I kind of want to drop Izumi's armor right there. That way I can pick it back up because she's doing such a fantastic job. That's funny. She got back up and immediately Let me drop this stuff. I want to see actually how long this gear will stay here. Slave traders are now hostile towards you. Well, ain't that just darn unfortunate? Because now they're going to attack all of my characters anywhere. I don't think if I'm in a town they will attack me, though. Apparently they will. Well, there you go. There's one good reason to not piss off the slave traders too much, because then they'll become hostile to you. And I can actually fix this by just importing the game and fixing my reputations, which I may end up doing because I still have a portion of the guide to write for this, but I'm not sure. Also, technically, you can spring your characters out of slavery immediately by loading the game, which is something I might show you here too. So long as your characters aren't knocked unconscious like Arwick, even though technically Arwick would be imported. Let me show you that trick actually. So, say what I want to do is I want to bust all of my characters out of slavery, and also because I'm now hostile to the slave traders, I want to leave the area that I am in. Like, say I've basically decided, fuck it, I'm tired of dealing with the slaves, I can't escape, I don't want to start a new game because I've already invested a lot of time into this, and I want to basically, I just want an out. This is what you would do. So, save your game when you're someplace other than looking at your slaves. And what you want to do is you load game and select reset squad positions just like this. Now, because I saved it in the Outlands, all of my characters are going to reset their squad positions to the Outlands. Sometimes it will leave a character behind if the character is KO'd in a recovery coma, or sometimes I think if they're being carried by an enemy, that creates issues as well. Also, apparently seems if they're in a cage, that creates issues as well. You can see Almar got teleported here because he was not in a cage. He was working outside at the time. So that's why Almar got teleported. Who did he just... Oh, he took Mr. Skeleton. That's funny. He put my dead party member that got teleported here into the corpse grinder, which is just lovely. So glad he cares. So, in order to get Izumi here, what we would need to do is basically break her out of the cage, and then just save again, and then import game just like you've seen us do, and everybody would teleport here. And that's really all you need to do to, like, the really cheesy way of breaking your characters out of slavery. And that will end part 1 of my Empire Citizen walkthrough. That basically shows you the start of the game and all of the stuff that you basically need to do. If I forgot anything, left anything out, or got anything wrong, please let me know in the comment section below, because I'm always interested in correcting myself. And I think it's nice to have everybody get the most accurate information possible. Aside from that, if this video helped you out, please leave me a like, because that helps me out, and I will catch you guys around in part 2 of my Empire Citizen walkthrough. See ya!